When I broke up with my first girlfriend, or really first anything with a woman, after many years, it was not easy to get back out there, and I was going hard. I would go out every single day, go out cold, rain, sunshine, and I would approach girls. And it was not easy at all. I would get rejected. But you know what? I was like, I'm new to this. It's just a learning curve. But it really wasn't. It wasn't a learning curve. That happened for years. And I would get dates here and there. A lot of my dates were from online, like dating, Tinder, whatever. And it was cool. Like, I would get some dates, but it seemed like nothing could fucking hold. Like, I would meet a girl. It would seem like it's going well. We'd go out. She'd laugh. It seemed like she liked me a lot of the times, but so many dates I went on, like I would say like 80% of them, the girl would never speak to me again, even if we hooked up, even if I slept with her. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. Like, some girls are willing to hook up with me and they still don't want to speak to me again. Like, this is something weird. I started to think really negative thoughts about myself. I started to think maybe I'm not good looking enough. Maybe I don't have enough money. Maybe my personality is just fucking fucked up. I don't know. Like, I started to get so many negative thoughts, and I was actually spiraling to the point where I was just like, you know what? Fuck all this woman shit. I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. And I was kind of done with it, to be honest. I put it to the side, and I just started focusing on my own shit. I always used to be into spirituality, meditation, nature, my health. So I started to like not really focus on women and just focus on things that I enjoyed. And I actually went a period of time, like many months, not speaking to women at all. But after some time, I'm like, okay, this is getting kind of old. I need to speak to women again. So I got back into approaching girls, started approaching girls again. And then I started eventually going on some more dates. And things just shifted. Like, I don't know what it was, but things changed. I mean, at the time, I didn't know what it was. Things shifted, and it started to feel like less effort than before. Even though I was putting in less effort into approaching, going on dates, trying to impress the girls, or it wasn't even like trying to impress. Like, I just stopped trying anything. Like, I stopped trying to even sleep with girls. I was just like, let me just see what happens. Let me go on this date. Let me just see, whatever happens. I don't really care. But I mean, I had that mindset before on other dates, but I was still getting different reactions than I used to. So I was kind of like, this is weird. Women seem to really want to see me again after dates. My approaches seem to be going better. I'm getting more responses back. Like, this is kind of weird. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to, like, not having to do that much and women coming towards me more. Like, women being more pulled towards me and me doing less of the chasing, less of the pushing. I was like, okay, this is weird. I don't know what I changed. It seems like I'm doing everything kind of the same. Like, my looks haven't changed, my money hasn't changed. Like, I always was doing meditation as well, so like the spirituality stuff wasn't something new either. So I'm like, what changed? And I actually was like thinking about it hardcore. I'm like, let me like journal my days, and I'm like, holy shit, it's so obvious. After journaling, after really thinking about it, really like observing my days, and then remembering what I was doing before, it just hit me like it was so obvious. It wasn't something that's like this crazy mystical thing. It was just, it was actually something I stopped doing. It wasn't something that I started doing. It was actually something I stopped doing. And it had nothing to do with the women. It had nothing to do with my game. It had nothing to do with, the way I looked or the way I dressed or the money that I have. It had nothing to do with any of that. It was everything I stopped doing during that time where I just gave up on women. I actually developed more attraction when I gave up on women. That's actually when I became the most attractive, I realized. And then once I got back with interacting with women, I realized that was the thing that literally started getting me girlfriends. I started getting new girlfriends after years of approaching and going on dates. I couldn't get a girlfriend that I actually wanted, a girl that I was actually attracted to. And then I started getting several girls that wanted to be my girlfriends that I was super attracted to, girls that I would have never even imagined even going on a date with. These girls now wanted to be my girlfriends, and I had 3-4 of them at the same time. I was like, what the fuck is going on? This is weird as shit. And it got to the point where it's kind of overwhelming. I didn't want to lie to these girls, so I would tell them the truth and they would get pissed off at me, but they would stick around. They keep wanting to see me. It was this weird dynamic. But I realized what I was doing differently it wasn't even something I was doing. It was something I wasn't doing. And during that period of giving up on women, I didn't just give up on women. I gave up on the desire for women, the desire for intimacy, the desire for even sex. And I stopped doing anything related to that. I stopped fantasizing. I stopped fapping. I stopped watching the sites. I stopped, even thinking about intimacy in general. I just stopped. I just focused on other things, higher thoughts, things that I was interested in. And I realized during that time period of not interacting with women, it wasn't just the fact that I didn't interact with women. I didn't interact with lust. That was the biggest realization. I wasn't interacting with lust. I was just being who I truly am. And who I truly am, what I realize is that who I truly am is the most attractive version of myself. But I realized when I was living in lust, when I was chasing, validation, chasing sex, chasing, all these things, pleasure, stimulation, even emotional connection, chasing emotional connection. When I was in that state of lust, I wasn't truly being myself. And everyone says be yourself, but you can't be yourself when you're in lust. You can't be yourself. You're basically a goblin. You're not a real person at that point. You're a goblin that needs the precious. The precious. I need the precious. You're not who you truly are. You can only truly be who you are when you don't feel like you're lacking anything. And you can only feel like you're not lacking anything when you don't want anything. And when you get out of lust. Because what is lust really? Lust is really just telling your brain, I'm lacking something and I need something. Whether it's intimacy, pleasure, emotional validation, whatever it is, you're telling your brain I am lacking something and I need something, and therefore I can't be just who I am right now. I just can't be my authentic self. So you can never really be yourself if you're still addicted to lust. And yes, lust is an addiction. It's a cycle. It's not like corn is the addiction or fapping is the addiction or trauma bonding, whatever is the addiction. Those things aren't the addiction. The addiction is lust itself, because lust is this cycle of fulfillment, scarcity, fulfillment, scarcity. And you're in this constant cycle of not having anything and then having it for a little bit and then losing it all and then having it for a little bit and losing it all. And I realized that's what I was in. And that's why I would date girls for a short amount of time and I would just lose them. That's why so many dates I went on, I would never see them again, because I was in this state of lust and lack. It's pretty much the same thing. When you're in lust, you're in lack. And you're just not, you're not your true self, and you're not attractive. And women, they're not consciously thinking of this. They're reading very subtle cues that is like probably subconscious. Like they're probably not even consciously aware of these things, but they're reading little subtle cues in your body language, in your vocal tonality, in the way you respond to her over text, and every little tiny little thing you're doing. That's what I realized also. You can't fake this shit. Like, a lot of guys want to try to fake being abundant or not needing her, but you can't fake it. You literally have to get over lust. Like, you literally have to get over lust if you want to become the most attractive version of yourself. And a lot of people mistake lust with sex. It's not the same thing. You could still have intimacy, you could still have sex without being a lustful person, without living in lust. They're two different things. A lust is more so an emotion, a mental state, a mental lack. It doesn't necessarily mean what you do physically. It's where your mind is at. It's where your heart is at. It's where your body is at ease or not at ease. So ever since I've really battled with lust and found victory, it's a constant thing. You constantly have to defeat lust every day. But the more that I've done that, the more that dating just becomes less effort. Like, women will just come into your life naturally, and they'll want to stay because the women want to be around a guy that's not living in lust. They like that energy. They like being around it. So you don't have to put in as much effort. You don't have to impress the girl. You don't even have to dress up. The last girl that I met, who like I'm now seeing more, and she's like really wants to see me more and more. I was dressed like shit. I took her to like a coffee that was incredibly cheap. Like, she literally came on her own. I didn't even order her an Uber, like anything. And I just didn't have to put in effort. And she really wants, like, she wants to like date me for real, you know? And this is something that I didn't experience before. This is something that is kind of new to me. I mean, something that I discovered this year, of how important it is to overcome lust in order to become the most attractive version of yourself. But I really want to share this message because I think it's something no one is talking about in the space of dating, of attraction, of anything. No one is talking about this. I mean, it makes sense. No one really wants to get out of lust, but if you want to become the most attractive version of yourself, and you want to have genuine attraction from women, I guarantee you this is the way you do it. It's not through manipulation. It's not through posturing and being the most attractive physically or having the most status or money. Those things are all secondary. Overcoming lust is the primary thing you need to do to become the most attractive version of yourself. So guys, that's it. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.